There were always 2 to 3 days out of the month that just absolutely wrecked me. Not because of bad luck or because of wrong analysis. It was just me, spiraling. It usually happened after a win streak. I'd feel untouchable, then inevitably take a loss. Instead of stopping, I would double down. Convince myself I just needed one good trade to flip the day. But the day didn't flip, and that tilt would take back everything I made, and more. But this wasn't an edge problem, and you know what? It wasn't a psychology problem either. Journaling, reading books, mindset work, but none of that changed anything. But it finally clicked when I asked myself this brutally honest question. Why do I keep breaking my own rules? And the answer hit me like a train, because I didn't actually have any rules. Sure, I had some ideas, I had some guidelines, and usually I do this type plans, but nothing that I followed no matter what. No real operating system. And that's when I realized it wasn't about edge or psychology. It was a lack of structure. So I built structure. Not around my trades, but around myself. Here are the 4 rules that changed everything. Number 1, only take 1 to 2 trades a day. The more time you spend in the market, the more likely you are to force something that isn't there. The quality of your decisions goes down, and your performance gets worse. And that will lead to emotion creeping in. Then emotion leads to revenge trades. And we all know how that ends. I used to fall into the trap of trying to trade every move. With the LCE model, the market has a few level-to-level moves a day, which technically means you can take multiple trades every day, and basically every move or swing in the market. So I thought that this meant I could multiply my profit with multiple trades and become a market wizard. But really, I just exposed myself to more losses, wasted hours of my day, and ruined my psychology. There's a reason you see professional traders stop trading for the day after a green trade or a solid win. And it's not because they physically can't take more trades or make more money. It's because they're preserving their mental capital, which in turn will preserve their edge and keep them sharp. Remember, when you see traders with great track records, it's usually not because they have a superhuman ability to sniff the markets, or because they can predict everything perfectly. It's because they know when to stop and have the discipline to respect their rules every day. And overtrading absolutely drains discipline. It never leads to anything good, so you want to keep it light. Fewer trades, cleaner execution, and bigger gains. 1 to 2 clean setups a day is all you need. Rule number 2, set a max daily loss and actually stick to it. Your worst enemy in trading is tilting. Everyone takes regular sized losses here and there, and that's a normal part of trading. But that can't really wipe you out or blow your account. You'd have to encounter a really bad and highly unlikely losing streak, where you lose countless trades in a row for that to happen. So why do 95% of traders blow up on the regular? The answer is tilting. That one day where your emotions get the best of you, and you disregard all rules and wipe out weeks of progress in a few hours, or your entire account. Then it's very easy to just spiral out of control. Our goal is to be net profitable, right? The problem is, our ego gets in the way and wants us to win today, and that takes us out of the game. So the way to solve this is to set a max daily loss. And the way we go about this is simple. We want to be able to survive multiple max loss days in a row. So if you have a $10,000 account, for example, and you set your max daily loss at $2,000, that means you can eat 5 full max loss days before blowing up. And by max daily loss, I mean no matter what happens, you stop trading when you hit minus 2K on the day. This is to stop the bleeding that would come from the eventual tilting. Now, what are the chances that you lose every single trade you take and hit max daily loss every single day, from Monday to Friday? Very low. So we're safe on that front. That kind of buffer will protect both your capital and your psychology. And since I only take a max of 2 trades a day, my max daily loss would be equivalent to 2 losing trades, which means I'd be risking about 1K per trade. And that brings us to rule number 3. Use the same size on every trade. I used to use a different size on every trade, based on how confident I was in the trade. So if I was more confident, I'd use more size. If I was less confident, I'd reduce my size. This was a horrible idea. As you can probably already predict, some of the larger size trades were losses, and the smaller size trades were wins, which just messed with my psychology and made me overthink my sizing in the future. My trading became unpredictable, but using the same size for all trades consistently removes the guesswork. It's what makes your system easily repeatable and measurable. And that's what's key to growth. You don't want to be out there trying to size up on potential home run trades and try to double your small account or something. You want consistent base hits. And once you get consistent enough, scale up and then keep scaling until your base hits make those home run trades look like nothing. That's the key to real growth. Rule number 4, accept every outcome. A trader will never succeed in the long term if he doesn't take whatever the market gives him. The market is extremely generous, but only to those who deserve it. Some weeks, the market will be slow and have no opportunities. Other weeks, the market will have more opportunities than you know what to do with. It's not consistent, and it's definitely not predictable. The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. That being said, you must accept whatever the market gives you with complete detachment. Don't be upset when the market is having a slow week. Don't be euphoric when the market is having a great week. Try your best to feel absolutely nothing. Emotions only get in the way. Your job isn't to control results because that's impossible. Your only job is to execute your edge no matter what. The traders who win long-term know that they need to trust the process, even when it sucks. Especially when it sucks. As soon as I applied these 4 rules without fail, my trading skyrocketed. Here's the thing. Everyone is obsessed with setups, but they never build the system around the setup. The market doesn't reward confidence or ideas. It only rewards consistency. And these 4 rules anchor me before I even look at a chart. They protect me from tilt and stop me from chasing. They force me to follow the LCE model mechanically. So even if I decide to be wrong on purpose, it'll be very difficult to actually blow my account. And it's actually much easier to grow, which is the opposite of how most traders feel. We flipped it around. Let me walk you through what it's like. What do we see here? Well, the market just rejected these highs aggressively and is now trying to penetrate this demand level. So the question we need to ask ourselves here is, which level is it more likely to hit next? Are we more likely to move back to the supply level we just rejected from, or drop into a more fresh demand level? Price action is certainly pointing one way, and the cloud has also just flipped, which tilts probability even further to the downside. To answer our question, a short is the best decision. So we take a roughly 2-to-1 trade here and target the next demand. Now this trade worked. That was a successful LCE trade. If I were trading on this day, I'd take my gain and come back tomorrow. In the case that I took a level-to-level trade and it didn't work the next day, I would either stop or look for one more trade if there was a good opportunity. We're still in the green because we made twice our risk the day before. Now what we're doing here is following our 4 rules and turning the market into a consistently predictable profit machine. Every facet is controlled and calculated. If we have a good week, we'll be bright green. If we have a neutral week with mixed results, we'll be less green. If we have a rough week, we'll be flat or a light red, since our rules keep us in check no matter what. So it's not about your edge or your psychology. It's about having structure in place that protects you at all times. That's how you truly become bulletproof and end up being even more successful than you could have imagined. Take 1 to 2 trades a day. Set a max daily loss. Always trade the same size and accept every outcome. And if you're ready to learn to trade that exact system, I made a free training for you guys where I break down every part of it. Just click the link below to get access. If this helped you, drop a like and hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.